Hi, welcome to Together on Three Wheels. My name is Brad.
And I'm Annette. About 5 years ago, we rented our first trike. We traveled, I don't even remember where we traveled. Where'd we go? First trip.
The first trip, we went to the Black Hills in South Dakota.
Anyway, and it was great. We had a fun time, and we decided that after that we would rent a trike. For the next couple of years, we took different trips and fell in love with triking. And just this past year, we decided that it was time to buy one of our own. So we took a trip up to Great Falls, Montana, where we picked up this beautiful machine.
And some of the places we've been over the last 5 years, as we mentioned, our first trip was to the Black Hills, and it was not during Sturgis. Maybe we'll try that sometime. I don't know. Then the next year, we went up to the Glacier National Park and came back down through Yellowstone. Year after that, we went over through the Rocky Mountains over to Colorado and then back through Glenwood Springs, a beautiful trip. And just this last October, we rode down to Bryce National Park across the Capitol Reef and back. And since it was in October, the leaves were changing, it was pretty, the weather was great, and it was just a spectacular trip.
You'll notice in this video that we do say spectacular a lot, so our apologies.
I'm not apologizing.
We're new to this whole thing, so expect things like that. Anyway, we decided to create a YouTube channel so that we could share our adventures with family, friends, with you. If you have any feedback, we'd love to hear it. Please leave your comments in the comment section at the bottom.
But please be kind, because we're really new to this, and we know it, and we know that we're not really good at it, but hopefully over time we'll get better. We'll drop one of these videos every once in a while, and hopefully we'll see you on the road somewhere.
See you soon.
When we're riding the trike, we usually feel pretty safe, but two things that we worry about a little bit are road debris and animals.
Oops, I gotta turn this thing around. What's going on? Highlight added? I don't want highlight. That's funny because it was off. Now it's... We're learning how to use this camera. Yes, we are.
It's recording right now.
I think it is.
It is. The little red light. We're getting some protein after we got gas and some fluid. We have had problems with getting dehydrated. That's just
Getting what?
dehydrated.
Dehydrated.
So that's not healthy. So
No.
protein and water.
Drink your liquids, preferably water, while on the road. So these trips are all about the snacks as well, and we don't worry about being too healthy when we're on the road like this. We'll do that at home. But anyway, so our snack of choice right now is a Red Bull and some Mott's, and then I do have some smoked almonds, so that's healthy. Anyway, we do like our stops. It's fun. It's part of the adventure.
construction of this temple started in 1877 and was finished 11 years later. It is still in use today by faithful members of the LDS faith.
Hey, we've stopped in Salina for lunch, eating at the Hot Spot Drive-In. And hear the music, it's nice and country. And their specialty is fish burgers and fry and drink for $7.29. What did you get, Brad?
Burger and tots.
Hamburger.
And we already ate that chocolate bottle.
And tots. And then I have a mushroom burger. Oh, that looks delicious.
Okay, this is lunch.
This is lunch at this fun little eating area.
Maybe dinner too. On the road into Fish Lake, you drive through a grove of aspen trees that covers about 106 acres. It's called Pando, and some people believe that it is the largest single living organism on Earth.
What's up?
What's up? We're just resting for a minute in Kusharam.
And what's in Kusharam? Not much.
What?
I said, and what is in Kusharam?
Nothing.
Yeah, we're in Kusharam. Yeah, it's breezy. A little bit breezy. Dusty. Kicking up a lot of dust. We stopped because I needed to take off a layer. Anyway, so on to what?
Rice.
Right. So where are we?
We are about 10 miles north of Bryce National Park, Bryce Canyon.
And why did we stop?
Because we've been riding a long time. We are tired.
What's a long time on a bike?
Yeah, a long time on the bike. Well, we've been going, I don't know, 50, 60 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's long.
The helmets are new too, so they're kind of tight. So we have to take them off. Anyway, not a lot of traffic.
Oh no, this road is great for traffic.
The check-in. Good morning, Brad.
Good morning. Here we are at Ruby's Inn at Bryce Canyon National Park. Beautiful morning, but it's 34 degrees, and so we're going to be a little bit chilly for a while, but it's going to be spectacular. We're going to ride out to the end, ride back, then head over towards Torrey.
Skies are
Clear, pretty day.
There it
Beautiful day.
is. Spectacular day.
Off in the distance is the Grand Staircase. It's a series of geologic rock formations that covers about 275 million years. This area is loaded with fossils and also Native American artifacts.
Hey, we're at the Petrified Forest. We're going for a little hike.
And Mom thought this was petrified. As a geologist, I'm just so disappointed.
I don't know what petrified to me. I'll start here in a second. All right, Mr. Geologist.
So we're standing next to a relatively large specimen of petrified wood.
I like that you use the word specimen.
Just trying to sound intelligent.
Okay, knowledgeable.
What happens, that too. But what happens is the log gets buried quickly so that the air can't get to it so it doesn't decay. And then over time, minerals, typically silica, in the water replaces the cells. So you still have these rings, you still have a structure of a tree, but it's silica instead of carbon-based. And there you go, petrified wood.
Is that the same as silicone?
Silica, no, they're different.
State Route 12 from Bryce National Park to Capitol Reef National Park is one of the prettiest rides in Utah. The road is fantastic and the scenery is absolutely amazing.
So, just sitting outside Kiva Coffee House, I'm drinking a raspberry lemonade, and Brad has cafe latte, I don't know, we just started drinking coffee a year or so ago. Iced coffee, but it is a latte. And then he's eating a cookie that looks like it's a chocolate chip raisin. No?
Just chocolate chip cookie.
Oh, chocolate chip cookie, and they were nice and gave us two, but I really don't want one because a moment on my lips will be forever on my hips.
We'll save it for tonight.
Yeah, I guess we're saving it.
If you're in the area and you have the time, the lower Calf Creek Falls is a great place to go for a hike. It's about 6 miles round trip, mostly pretty flat, kind of sandy in places, sometimes ridiculously crowded. But again, if you have the time, it's not too crowded. It's a great place to go and hike and see a beautiful waterfall. This Anasazi village was occupied from about 1160 CE to 1235 CE, and as many as 250 people lived here at one time. It's at an elevation of about 6,700 feet, and it is a beautiful location. We saw a lot of free-range cattle, especially when we were going over Boulder Mountain. We did see some ranchers that were out rounding up their cattle, taking them down to the lower elevations for the winter. And as we mentioned earlier, animals are one of the things that always makes us a little bit nervous. This is the road leading into Capitol Reef National Park. We will ride past the visitor center, through a couple of orchards, and over to the campground, which is also located in an orchard in the park. Every time I have been to this park, there have been deer grazing out in the orchards. They seem to have become pretty comfortable with all of the people around them. The one-room building coming up on the left is the Fruta Schoolhouse. Classes were taught in this building continually from 1896 to 1941. Capitol Reef National Park has always been my favorite. It's a little bit out of the way, doesn't get quite the same traffic that some of the other national parks do in Utah, but it really is an oasis in the desert.
We're eating in Torrey at a pizza restaurant. The pizza's delicious. It's sausage and tomato with a creamy pesto, just a creamy sauce. Is it pesto? I don't think so.
That's it.
Okay, creamy pesto. Anyway, it's very good.
Very good pizza.
Yeah, what a way to end a perfect day.
You to turn and look at the camera and tell the camera how you're feeling.
How I'm feeling?
Yeah.
I feel great. I feel great. This is spectacular. It's just that my hands are cold. So, you know, it was 45 degrees when we started, a little bit of a breeze, and so when we're in the sun, it's not bad, but you get in the shadows and it's chilly. but it's still a spectacular road. This road is great. This road is really nice.
What is this road?
I don't know. It's between Fremont and Interstate 70. Every ride that we have been on this year, the skies have been just a little bit hazy. Some days have been worse than others, but it's mostly because of all of the wildfires in the west this year. Hopefully next year there aren't as many fires, but the rides are still beautiful.
We've already made our first stop. We're in Emory. We've come 65 miles?
Yeah,
about 65 miles. We're gonna head to Bryce. That's another about 60 miles away. And our speed has been, I believe, 30 miles an hour. We went through some really pretty areas, and didn't go too fast. So anyway, it could be up to 2 hours before we get to Bryce. Hopefully not though. Gorgeous day. Emory is a beautiful place. Small, quiet town. Love being here.
While we were in Emory, a guy started chatting with us in the parking lot, and he suggested that we take Huntington Canyon rather than Bryce Canyon. It was beautiful and much less traffic than I'm sure we would have seen in Bryce Canyon. It was great advice.
So one of our favorite pastimes is to snack. What are we snacking on?
We are snacking on Red Bull and trail mix. At a beautiful little campsite in Huntington Canyon.
Is it for camping here?
Yeah, you can reserve this place for $50.
Wow.
Just
come here. It's a group site.
It is very pretty.
It is. It's a nice little spot.
In 1988, the remains of a mammoth were discovered at this site during construction of the dam. This mammoth lived about 10,500 years ago and was about 15 feet tall.
Alright, I know that you guys get to see a lot of this. A lot of our time is spent eating. Outside of riding, we eat. And today we are at the mouth of Spanish Fork Canyon at a fun little place called Little Acorn. It's been here since the time I was a kid. And we are eating what is called a shadow fighter, which is a sandwich, a hamburger.
Hamburger on homemade bread.
Yeah, and
it is really good.
I think there's pastrami on there too. Ham. Okay. Ham and beef and lettuce and tomato and cheese. And then Brad's got the tots and I have the French fries with the famous Utah fry sauce. Anyway, it's delish. You should stop here sometime. We're recording.
So we rode nearly 300 miles today. Started out at Loa. Actually, we started out at Torrey.
and went north from Loa up to Huntington and over Huntington Canyon, over to Fairview, back up to Provo and home. It's a long day, but it's beautiful. Probably my favorite part of it though was going over the pass between Loa and I-70, partly because I've never been there. And there were hardly any cars at all. Had it all to ourselves, and it was a beautiful ride.
What was your favorite part of the whole trip?
Just what I just said.
Okay. I'll bet you could guess what my favorite part was.
I know what your favorite part was, but it's hard to pick out a favorite part because there was so many beautiful places we saw.
So what was my favorite part?
Bryce, of course.
Bryce. So when I die, where are you going to spread my ashes?
Wherever they'll let me.
Okay, and
What if I die first?
well, where do you want your ashes spread?
Somebody else will have to do it.
How many total miles did we end up going?
Total? About, let's see, 3, 6, 7, probably around 750, between 750 and 800.
On a bike, it feels a little bit more.
It feels long,
Yeah,
but it's fun.
but it was good. So there's this saying that when you're on a motorcycle, you're riding in the environment, not through the environment.
Right.
Maybe we've already said that.
And you definitely know it.
All right, everybody.
Hasta la vista.
Until we meet again.